Hello, everyone. It's your sister Rolande. So the Philadelphia DC 33 union strike is over. It ended this morning. It started July 1st, going into the holiday weekend, that long holiday weekend. All the trash. Look, it was a lot of trash just piled up everywhere because they were supposed to have centers open to receive the trash, even though there was no pickup. But a lot of those centers were closed because, of course, the staff that was supposed to be working there to receive the said trash were on strike. So so the places were locked, and people just started throwing the trash on the sidewalk. Where else they was gonna put it? And then those some of those big old containers, they became filled. So that's why you see all of the trash. And of course, the union president, Bulware, I believe his name is, he said of course, he's not happy with the deal. They finally decided with a preliminary deal. It's not set in stone yet because it has to be voted, it's a union. But he said he's not happy and he felt like he was running out of time. So I'm not sure why he felt that he was running out of time. I guess maybe they had a time limit that they were going to strike, not sure. So did did he really, people would say, to that statement, did he really come to a good agreement? Did he really agree to a good agreement? But I've heard this has happened before. This happened before, and ironically, it happened the last time it happened, it was July 1st that they started. July 1st, and it lasted longer. However, they didn't get any wage increase the last time that it happened. With this one, they did get, even if they didn't get what they wanted, because they were looking for 5%, but they got 3%. Some people may say why it wasn't 3.5, 4, but it's a little bit more. Yes, it might be the average national average, but they got something. The last time this happened, they didn't get anything and they had to go to work and they had more trash. The last time it happened, they had way more trash. Trash with, all kind of maggots and all kind of stuff. I'm sure there's maggots here. But this is compared to the last time, this this was not as much trash as the last time. And the last time they didn't get any wage increase. Here they got a wage increase. But it said that I'm not sure the city can even afford this rate wage increase. Can they even afford it? They couldn't, they didn't do the deal in the first place, because I was wondering why not. If you guys decided to do it now, why you just didn't do it before? But maybe the city couldn't afford it. And I'm saying, what is being done so that this doesn't happen again, so that that these people can get the people, whatever city worker can get a reasonable wage where they don't have to do this. Because this not only affected the garbage, this affected a lot of stuff, because it's like a domino effect. It's certain stuff you think, oh, it's just that department, but it affects different things. And even though I believe, they've reached this, preliminary deal, but I think it's all the way next week when maybe it'll be clear. So imagine if you have passed by a city dump, the scent alone, not even a city dump, if you happen to be driving behind a garbage truck, the smell, whenever the garbage truck comes in front of me, I try to pass it as quickly as I can because it stinks. So imagine well, July 1st, when it first started, probably wasn't that stink. But when you go in the hot sun, July 2nd, 3rd, the 4th, oh my goodness, after not even talking about after that holiday weekend, July 4th, the Independence Day holiday weekend, to live near that area, that was the only. At first, I thought that's like, wow, was this even worth it? Just 3%, and then now you guys have to go pick up all that trash. But when you compare it to what how it happened before, the strike that happened before, at Bulware achieve much more than how when it happened before. And they coming out with a slight raise, not a lot because everything is expensive. But the last time it happened, those workers didn't get anything. And the mayor told them, "What you guys are doing is illegal." He ordered them to return back to work, and they didn't get any wage increase at that time. So this is, of course, this is a nobody wins in this thing. Before nobody wins in this situation. To do all this, and for a 3% raise, you're gonna get criticized for that. For this to happen under Parker's administration, that's not a good look. So nobody ever wins in this situation at all. And sometimes you wonder who is advising certain leaders, because sometimes the person, I guess, can do the best that they can, but there are also certain people in their advisory board or whatever who is giving these people advice. Sometimes it's not really good advice at all when you really look at it. So when you're in leadership, you have to be very mindful of the people that are close to you, that have access to you to give you advice, the people that you listen to. You have to be very careful, because to be a leader, you have to have a lot of wisdom, a lot of wisdom. And wisdom is far more than it is more than intelligent, being smart and intelligent and stuff like that. Because it's certain stuff you just don't know how, to deal with it, how to fix it. Because at the end of the day, you can't satisfy everybody, and you'll never be able to satisfy everybody. But at least if you have the right people next to you, certain stuff, how it happens or how it happened, it wouldn't have, ended that way, or, you know, it wouldn't have happened at all. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.